Uh-oh. The enabler is here. He will bring me anything I send him to buy without any questions. So we've got the Disco 3. What's your experience of discos, Adrian? A big... Oh my word. Look at it, it fills the trailer right up. So, first look, I have bought this completely blind.
What have you done?
What have I done?
Why?
Well, because I wanted to share your hurt. I didn't want you to be the only person.
You've got a lot of hurt to come then.
Oh dear. Right, I think we'll save this for another video. So hit that subscribe button down below and we'll get into this and find out how bad a shape we're in. Hi everyone and welcome back to Chop's Garage. If you watched my last video you would have seen a brief appearance from this car here. This is the 2008 Landrover Discovery we bought recently. And this is basically one of those cars that all car dealers fear because they have a fearsome reputation for eating up cash super quick. We've got to bear in mind this is now a 14-year-old car. That even when it was new was renowned for having electrical gremlins. There's a number of things that consistently go wrong with these in the mechanics, and then on top of that you've got a huge amount of electrics. But where's the fun in buying all these small ultra reliable cars? Every now and then you've got to just basically jump in there both feet and have a little go. We'll discuss later why I think that this is less of a risk. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm down in Devon, and down this way they do love a Discovery, so I'm sure there'll be a home for it. The question will be, can I make any money selling it, or will all my profits just be eaten up with repairs? So this Discovery has the 2.7 V6 diesel in it. Now, one of the reasons this is lower risk is this is the 2.7, not the 3 litre. The 3 litre has the twin turbos. Again, those who watch my channel will remember the XF I got with a 3 litre twin turbo engine, which caused me quite a few problems. They are renowned for causing problems. I think one of them including snapping their crank, in fact. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm told reliably, and obviously one of the advantages of being down here in Devon is that all of my mechanics are very experienced with these, that this 2.7 V6 with the single turbo is a far more reliable engine. Now this is the more desirable facelifted version as well, where the plastics are colour coded rather than being in black, which does really quite age the vehicles when you see them with the black body kit against the colour coded, the colour body. This is an HSE, which is, I think there's only one higher than this, is the autobiography, is that correct? I think, yeah, only one higher. So this really is nice spec. We've got the nice alloy wheels. The bodywork is in good condition, it's just a metallic silver. As we go around, the paintwork seems all in good nick. We've got tinted rear glass here. Yeah, I mean, paintwork wise, it's looking really good. I'm reliably informed also that this is the upgraded rear tow hitch. This is a Land Rover one, and apparently they needed to do improvement on them. So this is the upgraded tow hitch. We've got the rear parking sensors here. Again, everything looks like with a bit of a clean and a buff. There's only one thing to mark, really, note out, sorry, which is a little scrape just there. The rest of it all seems in very good condition, which indicates to me, along with the mileage, that this hasn't been a workhorse looking at it. Obviously, you get two types of Discovery down here. You get the Chelsea tractor Discoveries, where people are just using them as local runabouts to school and so forth, but then you get the farmers who really work them hard. They'll tow horse boxes behind them. They'll tow little trailers with cows and sheep in them. They'll throw bales in the back. So you really have to be quite selective about which one you go for. And the prices reflect that based on how good a condition they're in. Condition is one of the key things with these. There's one really nice indicator that this was run with a decent budget as well, because all the tyres on this are matching and they're all Pirellis. So no cheap tyres. In good nick, no curbing. Again, the tyres stick past the alloys, so that does protect them. The door handles finished in sort of more gunmetal grey, they're on good nick. Again, this alloy's only got a very tiny curbing mark on it. All the Pirellis look like they went on at the same time as well. We've got sort of even wear on them. Yeah, that alloy's good, no marking on that one. And none on that one either. Got the gunmetal vents as well to match the door handles. So overall the bodywork is in really good condition, not only for a Discovery but for any 2008 car really. All down the side of it is free of the hedgerow scraping you normally get. I'd expect normally to spend a week buffing something like this up, but even down this side, which is the hedge side, it's really free of any scrapes at all. I think this has lived an easy life. Right, well let's pop in and have a look at the interior and see if that tells us a similar story or not. So inside we've got this sort of light cream, sort of tan leather. All of this needs a good clean, but it's all actually in good condition underneath a bit of surface dust. All round electric windows, electric mirrors, big old speakers, Harman Kardon sound system. You'll be able to tell me whether that's standard or not. I think my Adrian, who does my pickups, has had quite a few of these, said that that's an upgraded one. We've got electric wing mirrors. We'll hop in and close the door, it'll be a bit quieter. Oh, have a quick look at the seat first. Condition wise, it's all good. Again, just needs a good deep clean with the leather cleaner, and I think that'll come up really nicely. All electric with memory. All the gubbins in the world there. You can see what I mean by the danger of electrics with these, because they have got a lot of toys. This HSC obviously has a lot more toys than other ones. So on the steering wheel we've got the stereo controls, we've got the cruise control, and we've got Bluetooth. So all up to date with sort of the modern bits and bobs you get in a more recent car. Passenger seat, really good nick. Again, leather just needs a good clean. We've got a nice bit of piano black going on against the cream leather here. The gear lever gaiter needs replacing. I found that on all the Land Rovers I've had in. So we'll get that replaced because that'll tidy the interior right up. Electronic handbrake. We'll cover that later. That's renowned for being a bit problematic. And we've got all the electrical gubbins here now. I don't even begin to know what all of this does, but there's a huge amount here, isn't there? You've got your hill descent. You've got your different settings for the terrain you're in. You've got the control for the suspension up and down, which does work. I've seen the suspension go up and down. We've got heated seats as well, climate control, parking sensors, and sat nav on this one as well. So absolutely fully loaded up, this one. As I said, we've got the sunroof up there, and like I said, all this is going to clean up and come up really nicely. Turn the ignition on, driver's door open, let's give it a quick close. The mileage is low, it's only 87,000 miles, which again, for these down here, these normally do quite big miles. 2008, 14 years old, you often see these 150,000 miles plus. I say we've got all the sat nav on the go up here. Everything seems to light up as it should. All the LCDs seem to be in good condition. They're not breaking up or anything like that. So we'll go for a start of the engine. This is a cold start. It's been sitting here for a few hours now. Starts up straight away, idles nicely. Saying all programs off, which again Adrian told me just means I haven't got any of the settings on for all this. He says it's just in standard mode. No other engine lights at all, no warning lights, and we've got 3/4 of a tank of diesel as well, guys. So you know I'm going to be driving this around for a bit. If we rev it up, rev smoothly. So we look in the back. So into the back again, leather in really nice condition. It just needs a clean and a feed. No tears or marks on it. Just needs a really good clean. So on the doors here, we've got the electric windows, but then we've got volume controls, mode controls, we've got headphones, and if you haven't guessed it by now, telly's in the headrests. So we've got a couple of these pairs of, again, Harman Kardon headphones. We've got another sunroof up there. We've got air conditioning controls for the rear passengers to control, and down here we have also rear heated seats, so the seats at the back are heated as well. And here we've got inputs for the TVs. Got auxiliary input in there, and you've got various other ones. I think at the time this was, you know, things like PlayStations and that would have been plugged into it, wouldn't it? So again, yeah, just the carpets are all in good nick. That's going to come up really nicely. It reminds me a lot of the earlier Discovery I had, in that once we gave it that full clean, it came up immaculate, didn't it? So into the back. Press the button here. There you go. It's a little shelf you can sit in when you're doing your shooting. We've got an original Land Rover kit here. Again, Adrian, who's in the know, tells me it goes in one of the side pockets. Got a nice mat here that's been protecting the carpet, but then obviously being a disco, we have the rear seats, which I haven't actually tried taking out yet. I'm not sure how those work. I should probably... Oh, what's this? Learned this before I came on camera, shouldn't I? Oh, there we go. Quite simple. Let's have a look from the other side. Yeah, there we go. Little seat there. Looks like it might be a little bit damaged to the headrest on that one. Yeah, a little bit marked up on that there. And then in the back here, again, they have controls for volume. And they've got a little drinks holder or something in here. On the side there. Right, I better quickly learn how to put the seat down again. Right, that was easy enough. Just pull that lever and push it back down again, basically. Get this cover back in. So yeah, the carpets have stayed really clean due to this rubber mat here. This carpet, when you can see, there's never been dogs or any sign of dogs in here. No sign of straw, because that will get right into this material and you have to literally pull it out by hand almost. So it's looking like it's had an easy life. I missed one other feature in the front actually. Probably one of the most important ones for me. Fridge. Got a little fridge in there. So yeah. Oh, and the horn works. I can't imagine what the next spec up has in terms of features, because this looks like it's had every box ticked on this one. But what we don't know yet is how well it drives. So let's give it a go. Right into its natural habitat, country lanes. See how she goes. Brakes are good, they're not pulling at all. My expectation is to have a wafty, torque-laden drive about. We've got 6-speed. Yeah, 6-speed box. Like I said, goes through all the gears nicely. No resistance in any of those. Gosh, it feels wallowy after a Ignis Sport. I can certainly see the appeal of wafting around in one of these, especially in this area. It'll do everything for you, won't it? If you need to tow something along, it will. If you need to go on the motorway, you're going to do it in comfort. If you need to take all the family out, they'll all get in it. You don't look as though you're trying quite as hard as if you've got like a Range Rover Sport or something. Now in a minute we'll get back to the unit and I will show you why I was willing to take a punt on this car, because, well, let me show you. You're going to be surprised. Now I'll do this inside because it's raining outside. Now I did say one of the reasons I bought this car is there were some sort of indicators that this might be a bit more of a safe bet than a normal Discovery. First, we've got the low mileage. Secondly, we've got the condition. Thirdly, I guess we've got the guy who sold it to me, who I trust, who knows these things inside out. But then fourth is the amount of paperwork we've got and other bits and bobs. So firstly, the last MOT. For a Discovery this age, for its MOT to be a pass, and the only advisories being a tyre and a suspension pin, that is pretty impressive. Then there's the service history. So if we go to that, we've got stamps in 2009, second one in 2009, 2011, 2011, 2014, which included a new handbrake mechanism. Now those of you that know these cars know there's a handbrake mechanism for the electronic handbrake that sits on top of the rear axle, gets covered in dirt and dust and fails, and also the teeth wear out on them, so they need replacing at least once in its lifetime. That's been done. Then we've got 2021, we've got a full service with a cam belt and a diesel pump, and the turbo was replaced. So we've had, the turbos are often, you know, also quite problematic. So we've got a history within the last year, or we've had a turbo done and a cam belt. We also know that rear handbrake has been done, and then we've got another service in 2022. So some of the bigger cost items have been done, and this is another case, knowing from the previous owner, of where it's a strange way around of doing it, where people replace the problematic things and then go, I must need to get rid of it because it's costing me a load of money. Well, actually, your risks have just been massively reduced by doing some of the higher risk items. Some of the items weren't in there as well. Look at this bill from 2021. We've got brake pads, we've got brake discs, we've got the electronic handbrake switch. So it obviously went again, which they can do. We've got the handbrake module, front hub, I say brake discs and pads, anti-roll bar, bushes. We've got the oil, the full service kit. So again, we've had that unit done a second time. So that is one of the highest risk things, and it was done a year ago. But there's more. They had wheel bearings done. They also had EGR valves sorted due to a limp mode. They replaced one on the left bank. They also had, again just a year ago, EGR valve problem sorted, wishbone bush. I think this is some duplicate of some of the other parts. We'll have wheel alignment done, a bonnet latch done, bonnet release cable. This person spent a lot of money on this car very recently. Again, for a dealer, it's kind of like the best scenario, where rather than someone saying there's a lot of problems coming up, I know it needs them fixing, so I'm going to part exchange it in. This is the other way around, where they go and get all the work done, and then they go, well, that just cost me a fortune, I need to get into a cheaper car. Here we go. Remove prop shaft, mounts and all parts. Attach to the gearbox. Remove gearbox. Replace with clutch kit as excessively worn. Dual mass flywheel was breaking up. Drilled out snap prop shaft bolt. So as well, we've got a clutch done. 3-piece clutch kit done. Again, this was a year ago. Bang on a year ago. 3-piece clutch, dual mass flywheel. Absolutely lucked out, guys. Absolutely lucked out. They've done a DPF regen here. They've also had a issue with the suspension light coming on and replaced a valve. Found a broken wire on. We've also got a problem with the suspension light coming on. They found a broken wire. This is total bill. You ready? £7,089 spent on this a year ago. £7,000 spent on it a year ago. Holy moly. So These things can be very expensive to fix. They can be very expensive to run, as you can see. But this has all just been done by the previous owner. Really, it made total sense for them to hang on to this now. But instead, they decided to go and get themselves a brand new car. So this person went and purchased a brand new car. That's how I came about it. So I don't want to gloat over somebody else's misfortune spending $7 grand. I mean, fair play to them. They obviously ran this thing with an unlimited budget. It just means the next owner is going to really luck out with this car. So the question really has to be, do I sell it? Because it's very tempting to keep hold of this for myself. Now if we run this through Auto Trader, so that's where I put the reg in, and it comes back with the recommended retail price for this car. It's about 11.5 grand, I think. So these really do hold their value. Obviously the brand new price for these was astronomical. So 11.5 grand is the Auto Trader recommended. Now obviously if that is the Auto Trader recommended, I doubt there's going to be any much better than this. Again, Auto Trader just does it on the mileage and on the age. You can't communicate the amount of care that's been taken to this vehicle. There could be 2 discos with this mileage on, but one of them has next to no history and dings all over it, and Auto Trader will value them at the same. And until you go out and view them, you won't know the score. Sorry, that rain was getting crazy. I've had to come in. So as I said, Auto Trader values them based on the mileage and on the age and on the spec. But obviously, like I say, with this car, I don't think you're going to find a disco this clean with this history on it, which should theoretically allow me to sell it for more. You know, I should be able to ask a little bit more. But actually, what I intend on doing with this car, it has an MOT until the 5th next year, I think it was, wasn't it? So it's got a good long MOT on it. I think I'm going to undercut everyone, and I'm going to put this up for 9,995. That is, as I said, if I sell it. Very tempting to keep hold of it. Again, put your comments down below. Those of you who had these, let me know your experiences. The trouble in this game is that everybody tells you everything is rubbish, and that that certain cars are absolutely terrible. When you actually start speaking to owners, you find a different story. So if you've owned one of these, with me considering ownership myself, let me know what the score is. Put the comment down below. I can obviously see from the previous owner that they can be expensive, but has he eliminated all of the risk for me? Let me know again down below. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Please do comment. I try and respond to all of them. Please check if you're subscribed down below. Subscribing really helps the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. It just lets you know when the latest videos are out. So check if you're subscribed down below, please. If you enjoyed the videos, also give it a thumbs up, because that will recommend it to other people that may be interested. And as always, a massive thanks for watching. Catch you again soon.